Hello and welcome. My name is Meepolis, they, he, she. And today we are looking at Are You Listening by Tillie Walden, published by First Second in 2019. Cataloged in the young adult/teen section, I would describe the genre as contemporary, dreamscape, low-key horror, if that makes any sense. Content notes for teen runaway, being hunted, and cat in danger. And since this is my fourth Tillie Walden review, I'll recommend you check out my review of her memoir graphic novel Spinning for a creator bio. Link in the cards to each of my subsequent reviews of On a Sunbeam, and I love this part as well. Keywords that came to mind reading this comic were Texas, vehicle, sunset color scheme, escape, highways, pit stops, breakdowns, found family, loss, and menace. The summary is, quote, Bea is on the run, and then she runs into Lou. This chance encounter sends them on a journey through West Texas, where strange things follow them wherever they go. The landscape morphs into an unsettling world. A mysterious cat joins them. They are haunted by a group of threatening men. To stay safe, Bea and Lou must trust each other as they are driven to confront buried truths. The two women share their stories of loss and heartbreak, and a startling revelation about sexual assault, culminating in an exquisite example of human connection. End quote. Not dissimilar to other Walden books I've read, the art sucks you right in, and the vibes carry you through. But by the end, you are left scratching your head a little about what exactly happened, but in an okay way. Unlike the two other fiction graphic novels I've read by Walden, Are You Listening had the strongest sense of place, both literally, but also thematically. I've never been to Texas, but it did feel heavily tied to Walden's experience growing up there. That said, it still felt like Walden pushed at the walls of what we expect to happen in real life. Very dreamlike, particularly in the horror elements, but also in the way it sometimes felt like something was skipped just a little bit, particularly in the way we transition from scene to scene. Similar to some of my dreams, where I suddenly find myself in different places, and while the dream logic says this makes sense, something in the back of my mind is like, but how did I get here? Of course, this also didn't feel completely dissimilar to my first read-through of The Lola Woods, another great queer horror read. Representation similarly felt rather unnamed and ambiguous on pretty much all counts of sexuality, gender, and ability versus disability. Race perhaps felt like the least touched on aspect of life, and class I suppose plays a fairly key role in that Bea and Lou clearly have to get creative and try to hold together because of not having all that much. Overall, thinking about reviewing this graphic novel, I would say I enjoyed it, but I could also sympathize a lot with the very confused reviews over on Goodreads. There is a lot to recommend this particular graphic novel, and definitely pick it up if you think it sounds or looks interesting, but I will probably join this seeming consensus and rate this a good 3 out of 5 stars. Bye y'all, keep reading An Organized and Capitalist Depression. And as always, Literally Graphic is created on land that should be given back to the traditional landholders, which in this case is, to my knowledge, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, non-Anishinaabe people, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat Nation.